Good evening, I'm Gerry Lyons, and thanks for joining us tonight for News and Views. We'll have local news on our show tonight, and live in the studio, Celia McAdam, the Executive Director of the Placer County Transportation Planning Agency, and PCTPA Board Member Tom Cosgrove of the Lincoln City Council and member of the Board of SACOG, the Sacramento Area Council of Governments. We'll be talking about the state's budget problems and how they're affecting county highway projects. Give us a call at 916-624-5333 on the talk show portion of our show from 7 until 8 tonight. Work which had been slated to temporarily stop on the Lincoln Highway 65 bypass continues today. It was to have been halted because the state does not have a budget to support bond issues to fund that highway project and others. But the 65 bypass project and others got a new lease on life this week when $650 million in funding came through from the California Pooled Investment Fund headed by the state controller, treasurer, and director of finance. Business owners in downtown Lincoln are happy to hear of the stay of execution on the project because business owners in downtown Lincoln say it's hard to get local customers, stating the traffic from Highway 65 barrels through the artery and sometimes clogs it up and makes it a hassle to navigate the downtown area and makes parking difficult for local residents.
We've heard complaints. It's just kind of a common known thing that parking along this strip is hard to come by.
If the 65 bypass highway project is delayed, how's that going to affect your business?
Well, it might affect us. We've all been looking forward to having additional parking and easier roads for people to cross. And without that happening, we're just going to have the same thing that we've been dealing with here for the last 4 years.
Without any further ado, Lieutenant Governor Cruz Bustamante.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you for being with us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be on here.
You've had a busy night.
We've had a busy year.
Tell us what you were doing last night as the vote returns started coming in.
Well, we started out in Sacramento, and we did some ceremonial activities there and doing get out the vote activities, and then we went to the Bay Area, and then we went down south, and we ended up in Los Angeles. So we kind of moved around the state a little bit in one day, and then we spent the night there looking for all the results, which seemed to trickle in, and it took a little while before a real clear picture was done. But I think the most important thing is, man, that part is over now. We can move forward and maybe be able to resolve the issue of leadership for the state of California this year.
Because of your career as Lieutenant Governor under Davis and under Schwarzenegger, and also your try for governorship in the last election, why did you decide that you would rather try a different avenue?
Well, I tried to run for governor and in 2003, and the voters said no. Politicians always think they're in charge.
Yeah.
Well, they're not, and the voters have a very, very clear way of being able to tell them who is in charge. And so they basically gave me a real clear signal, and I looked around because I was going to run for office one more time. This is my last time to run for office. I know we're never supposed to say never, but I had a conversation, a very soulful conversation with my wife, and this is going to be my last campaign in terms of the last office. So whether it's for 4 years or 8 years, this is going to be my swan song, if you will.
Don't shake babies. You won't be in this position. And now we're proud to have a relationship with Sutter Hospital, who has adopted the Hannah Rose Project.
Very good.
That was created by the Placer County Child Abuse Prevention Council. The Hannah Rose Project is a hospital-based program that all Sutter hospitals in Placer County, it's about anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 births a year, receive materials that was based on the New York model. It's called the DS model. I'll make a long story short, the bottom line is 3 pieces of materials go out on every single birth now. They sign a pledge form that they promise not to shake their baby. They put the footprint of the baby on the form. And studies were done that about 70% of the parents who bring home most materials throw them away. But 80% of the people who have the footprint of their child keep it.
Sure.
So there's a door hanger, a pledge form, and a poster that goes home with every birth.
Good evening, I'm Gerry Lyons, and thanks for joining us for Happenings. Every year in mid-November, the Placer County Mountain Mandarin takes center stage in a big way at the Gold Country Fairgrounds. Since agriculture is one of the top businesses in Placer County, it's not surprising that this homegrown fruit, which has its roots in China, should prove to be a big draw, bringing in more than 30,000 people to this venue to see and taste and smell one of the agricultural treasures of our area. The Newcastle Area Business Association bids you to make yourself acquainted with the versatile little orange fruit with a big taste, as we show you some of the sights of this 14th annual festival, held November 17th and 18th, and we'll visit with 4 local growers who specialize in growing mandarins. Welcome to Happenings, where we bring you the interesting people and places in South Placer County. This month we pay homage to those who wore the uniform and gave their lives to defend all that the flag has come to mean in the 230 years since America was born. On Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th, dozens of people came to the Rockland Cemetery for one of 2 observances to keep alive the spirit of thankfulness and remembrance that this national holiday embodies. For many, it is a time to visit friends who died in combat, family members who are no longer here. It is also a time to be mindful of the many who wear the uniform every day to serve their country and brave perils that all the members of America's armed forces have braved since the Revolutionary War.
Well, Memorial Day to me means a chance for the people of the United States to get an opportunity to thank veterans of foreign wars and the gentlemen and ladies that are in the war right now serving our country to keep us safe, and for our opportunity to thank them for the chance that they've given us by living here in the United States and giving us freedom of choice, freedom of speech, and just a beautiful country to live in that's secure and safe.